Hello and welcome to the very first edition of Inside Solent, a monthly programme packed full of the latest news, projects and events going on at the university. I'm Emma Ray, Head of PR and Communications.
And I'm Amy Sutton, Graduate Associate for the School of Business, Law and Communications, and we'll be your host this month.
In this programme, Ashley Stout looks at how the Smart Fashion Advisor aims to revolutionise the mirror so that you never regret a fashion choice again.
We learn more about the 10 new postdoctoral researchers that have just joined Solent.
And Kate Maple tells us why she needs your face for a new exhibition at the Showcase Gallery.
But first, the Spark was officially opened by entrepreneur, Solent on-doc and former Dragon Theo Perfitas this month.
We went along to find out what he thought of our new building.
Well, my first impression of this building was, oh my God, as I walked in. I didn't expect it, I hadn't seen it before. First time I really seen it in the flesh, and it's amazing. I know as I look around me now, I still think, what a wonderful facility that they've got for the students. Workspace is more important than people think. There's this thing of closing things down and not allowing you to flourish and share ideas and grow. And if you've got bright, airy space like this, you just want to achieve. So space plays a big part in the mental attitude of people, which then reflects in their work and their actual ingenuity. And I think as a student, I just think the weight had been taken off my shoulders as I walk in here, and it encouraged me to flourish. So congratulations to all involved.
In other news, Warsash Maritime Academy opened its doors to hundreds of future seafarers at their open day. Visitors got a taste of a career at sea with firefighting demonstrations and survival at sea talks. They also had the opportunity to talk with shipping companies and current cadets.
Our on-docs have been hitting the headlines this month. Craig David's been nominated in the Best British Solo Artist category for this year's Brit Awards, and sailor Alex Thompson, who despite a record-breaking performance was pipped to the post by Armand Leclerc in the Vendée Globe.
And our makeup and hair design students recently turned the catwalk green with their eco-designs. Charlotte Logan and Lily Thompson jetted off to Dusseldorf to showcase their reusable plastic collections at the K 2016, the largest international exhibitions for plastic and rubber.
We now take you from fantastic plastics to futuristic fashion.
Ashley Stout explains how our students are building tech to revolutionise the way we dress.
Hello, I'm your personal smart mirror.
Meet the Smart Fashion Advisor, a student-created computer program that will help you choose the perfect outfit, whatever the day. The program started as a brief given by computer lecturer Mohammed Al-Husban. From there, computing student Liam and his fellow course mates decided to tackle an issue that most of us face on a regular basis.
We noticed from observing people that a lot of people regret what they wear after the day. So we thought, what could be the solution? So a lot of people are making smart fridges, smart ovens, smart whatever, but what we're making is a smart mirror, which will be able to be personal to you, recognise who you are, and recommend you outfits depending on the day and your events.
The program is currently in the prototype phase, using a webcam and sensor to mimic what we might see with the final product.
Goodbye, Alex.
And the computing students weren't the only ones involved in bringing the Smart Fashion Advisor to life. Liam's group also sought the advice of fashion students from around the university.
When we did our usability testing, we got fashion students. When we were doing our research, we got fashion students, because that's our main target, is to improve your fashion. And as computing students, although I try to be fashionable, they probably know more than me.
One of the collaborators involved was merchandising student Elise Frost.
Virtual mirrors and things like this do exist. For example, in Burberry's, you can just try on the outfits and scroll through their website.
However, the Smart Fashion Advisor does offer one key difference to other smart mirrors on the market.
It differs in the sense that it's personal, and so where this mirror asks you about like your events and stuff like that, there's no interaction like that.
Along with its consumer benefits, the students also see the product's potential for retailers as well.
I think it could affect the fashion industry hugely. Fashion retailers that are restricted to online only, they have such high return rates as a consequence to being an online business. I think it's absolutely incredible that you can potentially try those outfits on in your home.
Liam and his team agree and hope to take the Smart Fashion Advisor from a classroom project to an industry-wide technology.
At the moment we've got a proof of concept. We actually want to make a prototype that's actually on a mirror, not on a computer screen. We want to take it to events, show it off, show fashion experts, industry, everything, to sort of get a ourselves in the market and sort of see if this idea can become a reality.
And the students are on their way to doing just that. They recently submitted their work to an esteemed research convention and hope to present later this year. For Inside Solent, I'm Ashley Stout.
Our undergrads are not the only ones with an eye to the future.
In this month's What's Up Doc, Sue Montgomery caught up with our Director of Research and Innovation to find out more about the new postdoctoral researchers here at Solent.
This year, Southampton Solent University welcomed 10 new postdoctoral researchers to the family.
Solent recently recruited 10 postdoctoral researchers because they wanted to celebrate our 10th anniversary as a university. And as we go along, research is a more and more important part of our university, and it seemed like an ideal birthday present to give ourselves.
The postdoctoral researcher is an academic who has chosen a career in research after completing their PhD. The Solent postdocs will be publishing journal articles from the research they've done in their PhDs, and will also be working on some exciting new projects in the coming months.
One is a digital archive, which they're working on, and it's based on the BBC's Video Nation tapes. Another project which several of our postdocs are working with in our maritime school is around virtual reality and maritime applications, and that one is also in conjunction with Rolls-Royce.
And the new postdocs are just the beginning of Solent's future in research.
Well, these postdocs are a really important part of Solent's research and innovation strategy. The university has a fairly recent strategy and has committed strongly to growing research and innovation at the university. And part of that commitment is to increase the amount of research done as well as the research culture. And that's something our postdocs are helping us with.
For an update on our researchers, be sure to tune in next month. For Inside Solent, I'm Sue Montgomery.
We popped by the Solent Showcase to speak with illustration lecturer Louise Weir about her latest exhibition at the gallery. Louise's latest work, Expectations of the Past, is influenced by the Dickens novel Great Expectations. The book's themes of memory, identity and loss resonated with her when dealing with the passing of loved ones.
Well, this is a series of drawings I did at Solent with a model, but I dressed the model in a wedding dress, which was my cousin's wedding dress, who sadly died when she was very young. And so it was quite an emotional process, drawing it, and also it links very nicely with Miss Havisham because she's a character who's very sorrowful and there's lots of sadness there. So I think to use a dress from someone who I'm still grieving for is quite resonant.
Louise used pieces of her environment to connect her artwork with her surroundings.
What's really important is authenticity. So when I go to a location to draw, I use water from the streams or from puddles, mud. I break off branches to use with ink, or feathers and pieces of grass, and then I use that and dip that in ink and make the drawings so the location is bound up with the drawings. It's not just my reflection, it's kind of the earth is bound up with it, if that makes sense.
Funded by the Arts Council, the Expectations of the Past exhibition will be displayed at the Solent Showcase Gallery until the 11th of Feb, before moving on to Bank Key House and the Dickens Museum.
Now, we have some exciting events planned for February, starting off with the Opportunity Meets Talent Convention.
On the 8th of Feb, our students will come together with top local businesses to meet with potential employers and find their perfect career match.
We'll then shift our focus to the international relations with the Maritime Labour Convention on the 15th.
Now, this forum allows parties from the UK and China to come together to share ideas and technologies about the maritime industry.
And last but certainly not least will be our Solent Futures Enrichment Week, kicking off on the 27th of Feb.
The week will be jam-packed with events and challenges to get students ready for the workplace.
There'll also be workshops ranging from how to be a freelancer to industry conversations.
So for a full list of our February Solent happenings, times and venues, visit the events page on our website. Now, according to recent research, more mentoring is needed to support women working in the maritime industry. We met up with Dr. Kate Pike to get the gen on gender at sea.
Only 2% of the global seafaring workforce is made up of women, with the majority of those working in the passenger sector. The Gender Empowerment and Multicultural Crew Research Project, or GEM, examines why this number is so low.
Some of the barriers associated with women going into the seafaring profession starts with the general lack of awareness to begin with, so that might be at the school level where they're not told about maritime as a career. Once women are trained to be seafarers, there's generally a bit of a lack of sea time experience. That does vary from country to country. Then there's a lack of role models, female role models at sea.
The project drew on the experiences of male and female cadets and seafarers from the UK, China and Nigeria. From the data collected, researchers have found potential solutions to the lack of women at sea.
Starting with awareness, helping women to know that this is an interesting career for them, and helping them to feel supported once they do take that up as a profession. Training is really key to this. Women need to be aware of potential issues at sea, but also have ways of dealing with those issues if they arise. Also making sure that the senior officers on board also know how to deal with any potential issues should they arise.
Researchers hope their findings will help the maritime industry give women the support they need for a career at sea. I'm Sarah Jane Wareham for Inside Solent.
In this month's sector update, the Vice-Chancellor tells us what's happening in higher education and shares Solent's latest successes.
This is going to be a really busy year, and it started off with a lot of activity. We've just submitted our application to the Teaching Excellence Framework. So along with the metrics, we have also done our provider statement. Lots of people were involved in the submission, and I'm very, very grateful for the work that they've done. But there'll be lots happening this year. We are following closely the Higher Education and Research Bill, which is currently working its way through the House of Lords. Some could say it's rather bumpy. They've laid down many amendments, and there will be lots of discussions in the coming months with regard to that, and we're following it very closely.
And how about news from within the university?
Yes, some exciting things going on. The year's got off to a really exciting start. We entered for the first time the QS World University Stars ranking system. I'm delighted to say we got a full 5 stars for teaching and for inclusivity, and we got 4 stars for the learning environment and for employability. That was the result of a lot of work by a lot of people, and I'm very grateful for that. This time we've also got the NSS, or the National Student Survey, underway. It's very important for the university. It gives the opportunity for third-year students to comment on their experiences with us, and we very much look forward to seeing the results of that.
And now, over to the sports desk for a roundup of January's sporting news.
Thanks, Emma. Hi, I'm Scott Taylor, a third-year sports journalism student here, with a roundup of Solent sporting successes, highlights, fixtures and upcoming events you don't want to miss. Coming up, it was a huge weekend for Solent men's football team, competing on home turf against South Shields for a place in the Build-based FA Vars quarter-finals. But first, it was an epic weekend showdown for Solent National League basketball teams, which saw both the men and women's teams compete in the cup final on the same day. Unfortunately, both teams came away as runners-up, but that didn't cast a shadow on the fact that it's the first time in the club's history that both teams have made the finals and played on the same weekend. Now looking forward, it's continued success for Solent's men and women's indoor cricket teams, who have both made it through to the Bucks Final 8. And a special mention for all our Solent athletes who are competing in the Bucks Finals on the 18th and 19th of February in Sheffield. We're sending up to 30 athletes to the event, with finalists competing for titles in athletics, judo, badminton, swimming, fencing and boxing. So good luck to all our athletes. We look forward to seeing you on the podium. And finally, it was a huge weekend for Solent men's football team, who played in the Build-based FA Vars 5th round against Northern side South Shields at Test Park. Our sports reporter Nick Alden was pitchside to get the results.
I'm Nick Alden here at Test Park, just a few minutes away from kick-off as Team Solent take on South Shields in the FA Vars 5th round trophy. Over 350 South Shields supporters making the trip down today, so we look forward to the game.
South Shields were the first to score after 18 minutes, but Team Solent equalised through Jim Orvis 28 minutes in. It could have been 2-1 to Solent at half-time, but unfortunately a missed penalty by captain Jesse Waller-Lasson kept the score at 1-1. South Shields dominated the second half, scoring 2 goals in quick succession until defender Patrick Nolan got one back for Solent to make it 3-2. Unfortunately, Solent were unable to respond a third time round at their home ground Test Park, with the score finishing South Shields 5, Team Solent 2.
Well played, bro. Jamal, very unlucky today. Could have so easily been a different story. How did you feel after the game?
I felt it was very unlucky. First half, we could have been 4-1 up. But they could have been 4-1 up as well. But yeah, we had our chances, didn't take them, unfortunately. But I think we've done well. Unlucky.
The positives are that we've gone against one of the best non-league sides at this sort of level, and shown that we can compete against them. So the lads should be proud of that. We've got lots of games left. It's going to be a problem now with the fixtures, but we just look to win as many as we can, see how far we can go.
I'm Nick Alden, here from Test Park from Inside Solent.
Well, that's all from me, but don't forget to check out Sport Solent's Twitter page, Facebook and website for all the latest fixtures and results, and get behind Team Solent. Bye-bye for now.
And finally, Solent Showcase needs your face. 5,000 postcard-sized portraits are needed to cover its walls for an upcoming exhibition.
Rob Sayers dropped into our School of Art to find out more.
The Small Faces exhibition is a postcard portrait exhibition. It's being held at Showcase Gallery throughout March and April of this year. It's actually an open exhibition, but it's an open exhibition with a difference, because we're not having a selection panel of judges that choose what work goes in the gallery. It's actually open to everybody. So anyone that does a postcard portrait, we will show it. You can do as many as you like, you can do it in whatever medium you want. It's an open house, basically. It's a very simple format for what people need to do to exhibit their work. It's essentially, it has to be postcard size, it needs to be a portrait, but that's where it ends. Portraits can be any type or style. It doesn't have to be traditional, it can be completely abstract, it can be a written portrait. A lot of people say I can't draw, and that's simply not true. Everyone can do something creative. We've got activity packs to help people if they feel they need some support. There's loads of inspiration online. It's meant to be fun. We've had fantastic portraits ranging from really traditional watercolours through to someone's done a textile portrait of their dog. We've got photography, we've got really different techniques in pen and pencil. Someone's even done a 3D one as well. So it's really anything goes. It's just the two main things is it needs to be on a postcard and it needs to be a portrait of some sort.
So get your art materials ready, get creative and send your portraits to the Showcase Gallery by the 14th of February.
And don't forget to have your friends and family join in too, and us as well, I think.
That's all we got time for this month. Join us again next month for more news, views and events inside Solent.
Goodbye and thank you for watching.
Goodbye.